Hi, my loves. This is Coach Lucretia Hayes Reno, and today we're going to talk about correspondences, okay? At least in this first video. It's video day, so I don't know where I'm going from here, but I know I definitely want to touch on correspondences. For some of you, I'll tell you the truth. For some of you, you're trying to do your energy work, and you go to other people to see what they're doing, and that's fine because it gives you a jump off spot. Okay, I don't like using that in that sentence because I've used it in a different context altogether. But it gives you a place to begin, okay? So, but when it comes to doing your energy work, when it comes to you manifesting whatever it is you're trying to manifest, ultimately you are so very unique. You got to learn how to trust your intuition, okay? Because let me explain something, and then we're going to get into some of the technicals, okay? You and I could be so much alike. We could have so many different similarities, but we could have two different blockages. Your blockage could be this, my blockage could be that. It's still, we both having financial problems, but we're not having them for the same reasons, okay? When we're sitting down talking and chit-chatting, I mean, you can't pay your light bill, I can't pay my light bill. It's like, well, how's that different? We both broke. Well, it's like, but on a energetic level, when you're trying to do energy work to remove whatever blockage is there, you have to be intuitive, and you have to be in tune with yourself to find out what's stopping you. See, for some people, it could be laziness. It could be that simple. For some people, it could be, word curses that they've spoke over themselves. Some people, it could be a generational curse. And then for other people, yet it could be just a wayward relationship. They may have people in their life that cannot have what they're trying to get, but they hold on to these people, and if they get it, they will give it to them. So because they would do that, they have blocked themselves because all the people that they have like this are blocked. You don't think that's a real thing? Honey, I could tell you my testimony, and I'm going to do a story time probably after this video. So that all brings me back to the point of correspondences. Some of you are trying to do your candle work. You're trying to do different protection. You're working with your stones. You're meditating and different things, and you don't understand why certain things are not working. Well, rather than, this is what I say, it's good to get a basic overview about things so that you can work some things. Like, for instance, okay, today is Tuesday. Tuesday corresponds to Mars. Mars is a fiery red planet. Okay, follow me here because I want you to understand about correspondences. Okay, also the number of Mars is 5, if I'm not mistaken. I wrote it down. Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, so you have all that going on, right? Right. Okay, now when you think about it, Mars represents vitality, strength, passion, boldness, victory. It represents also love and passion. And I wrote a lot of this stuff down, y'all. Most of it I know by heart by now, but I don't want to skip nothing. Hold on. Let me go back here. Y'all, I have so many books, and I almost need to just, I write stuff down multiple times, and this is kind of off the subject while I'm looking for something. But I write stuff down multiple times because repetition helps you remember, right? So I might have the same information in 3 different journals, and that's fine with me. It helps me to remember. So Mars also is good for assertiveness or masculinity or logic. If you're in warfare, Mars is the planet that you want to correspond into your workings. So what day is Mars Day? Tuesday, which is today. So if you have been blocked, you need to put some heavy energetic warfare into an area in your life. Today is the day to do that. If you have been lacking vitality, you need to rebuild your body, strengthen yourself, that kind of thing, work on yourself, your inner strength and all of that. Today is the day. If you have been passive or passive aggressive, which is not any better, and you want to become more assertive, if you want to have the boldness and the wherewithal to go after your dreams, today is the day. Now, Red, 5, Mars, Tuesday. How do you take that and put that into energetic work? You get your, let's just say this is one way, it's many ways. Red candles, okay? You might want to burn it, start the whole process of burning at the 5th hour of the day. Or you might want to do it the 5th hour of the night because of the number 5. You know, you might want to poke 5 holes into the candle if you have a glass candle. You might want to poke 5 holes into the candle. Okay, now let's go here. Now we talked about Mars, right? And we talked about that fiery energy, Mars being a fiery planet. Okay, now let's just say you want to add some extra strength to that. How do you do that? Let's get into the herbs. So we looking at herbs that can add fire to it, like rosemary. You know, rosemary, it corresponds to the sun and fire. It might not correspond necessarily to Mars, but it does correspond to the sun, and it is a fire, and it adds protection and intellect and remove negative energy. So as well as enhance your memory, but it removes negative energy. So if you're doing some warfare on a Tuesday with a red candle, why not add rosemary? Okay, so that's a strength added to what you're already doing. Cinnamon is another fire element or fire herb. It adds protection. It signifies activity, energy, money, healing, love, and it raises spiritual vibrations. There's no losing there, okay? So why not add a little cinnamon? So now we got rosemary and cinnamon. We can put all of this in our mortar and pestle, okay? Bay is a fire herb, and it's good for wishes and protection and enhancing wisdom and money and health and divination, and it protects against negative energy. So there we go again. We can put a little bay in there and, you know, crunch all of that up, okay? Frankincense. Say frankincense, yes, because frankincense was made as an offering to a male sun god or fire god. Bam. There you go. It banishes impure thoughts. It brings positive spiritual vibrations, and it's good for money and success. See how all these correspondences happen? So now we got our little frankincense off in there. Maybe we're going to burn the frankincense incense, okay, on the altar as we're doing this work. Okay, then dragon's blood. Dragon's blood, I mean, it don't have to correspond to nothing, okay? Dragon's blood is good for strengthening anything. So you got this whole thing. You put some little dragon blood around it, maybe some dragon blood incense, or maybe you put a little dragon blood in your mortar and pestle and you crunch that up in there. And it adds not only strength and power, but luck and protection, okay? So that's really good. And so cloves. Cloves is a fire herb, and it's good for friendship and money drawing. So if you wanted to draw friendship, if you're doing this to draw popularity, like I'm doing a work right now that's currently going, and one of the things I added was cloves. Why? Because the work that I'm doing is about drawing in business, drawing in friendships, drawing in people into my life. My whole income is based upon my people skills. Okay, so you put that in there. Basil corresponds to Mars and fire, right? And it's good for peace, home happiness, protection from evil, money, success, and it banishes the evil eye. Now, so you guys see kind of where I'm going with this, right? This is how you get things to correspond for you. Okay, we was dealing with the color red. So when we get into crystals, you know, of course, clear quartz amplifies any vibration. So clear quartz added to anything you're doing surrounding is going to add strength and everything to it, as well as transmute any energy that's coming in that may be negative. It's going to, or coming off, it's going to transmute that energy. So that's the good thing about clear quartz. But since we're dealing with red, let's just say you're doing a little bit of warfare as pertaining to protection or something like that, or you're trying to get rid of some old things, you might want to add dragon blood around. You might put that stone out there. You know, Corresponding with Mars, you might want to put a garnet out there. You might want to put a, let me see, it was another one that I used last week and I didn't use this week. Bum, 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 bum. No, bloodstone, garnet, ruby. That's what it was, a ruby. So you put those stones out there about it, you know what I'm saying, right around the candle, or you could put it, you know, further out. You know, if you don't want it too close, you can put it further out, but you have those stones there, you have those herbs in there, you have your essential oils in there, you have your incense burning, you have the most important thing though, your intentions. Your intention is the most important thing, period. So you could pull together all the right combination of things, but be unfocused, not know what you want. It's not going to produce for you like it will not having all of that stuff, just having a little bit of. You might have just a regular candle and your intention is clear, you're focused, it'll work for you a lot quicker. So imagine having all these correspondences, you know, all these things that correspond one to another in your work, and your intention being clear and strong. Now, that's just one version of correspondences. There are other, you know, when you get into astrology and stuff like that, when they talk about correspondences, they're talking about something else totally. What I'm talking about is what things work together, what things work harmoniously to get you what you want. So now I did all of that as an example. So when you get ready to do your work, whatever it's for love, for money, for marriage, for stability, for this, for that, for this, for that, health, blah, 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 all of these things, that's what you want to do. You want to put in time researching what you need. Like, for instance, if you're looking for a job and you also know that you have a low energy, a low vibration, you vibrate lowly, you do poorly in interviews, then you want to put on some clear quartz. You know, that's going to amplify your vibration. That's going to pick you up. It's going to get this stuff moving through your chakras the way it's supposed to move. Okay, you know that if you need some confidence, you know, it's certain stones that give you confidence, it's certain colors that give you confidence, it's certain colors that will project confidence, I should say that much, to other people. This has been used in marketing for centuries, and people will call it witchcraft. Well, if it is, the whole world is doing it now, aren't they? So that's why it's important for you to begin to catch up, play catch up. See, we have been victims of these things for many, many, many centuries because this knowledge was kept from us. Now this knowledge is coming out. I mean, we are in an overflow right now. Knowledge is coming from all over the place. Everything is being revealed because these are the last of these times as we know them. This is the beginning or the dawning of a new age. And so it's not going to do you any good to go into a new age thinking like you used to think, where you're expecting everybody else to kind of do for you, help you, tell you the answers, and you know, you should be able to jump in and follow the leader, and that's going to get you somewhere. In this new era that's dawning, that's not going to get you where you need to go, because each person will be dealt with on their individuality. So for you, what works for them may need a little tweaking for you. And not tweaking by going to ask 5 other people what they do and trying to do everything they do. And sometimes trial and error helps, but why not just research it and study it? See, sometimes it says a lot about us when we won't put in the effort to sit up and read a book. We won't read 4 or 5 articles on a blog. We won't listen to 2 or 3 hours of Blog Talk Radio. We won't go to YouTube and watch a video that lasts longer than 30 minutes because we just are not that invested in ourselves. And we wonder, you know, why can't I prosper? Why is these things not happening for me? I'm trying so hard to manifest and ain't nothing manifesting for me. It's because you're not really invested in yourself. See, the universe responds to our truth. And you can fool anybody, but you cannot fool the master. You can believe that. You can believe that. I don't care what nobody tell you. You can't fool the master. Now, you can jump into some loopholes when you get wise. Okay, you can find loopholes. But people are not sharing their loopholes because wisdom dictates that you don't. And anyway, my loophole is not yours. You won't fit. It's specifically made for me. So even to find your loophole, how to get around certain things when you start dealing with the hermetic principles and universal laws, you have to find that personally, as in doing the work, getting spiritually in tune, meditating and hearing, listening. This is not, nobody is so special that they're doing something you yourself cannot do. You can get in tune. You can hear. You can get this stuff going. You can manifest. You don't need to necessarily spend all your time paying other people. You know, some people who get a reading every day from different people and they get confused. I had several people come back to me. See, when I give readings via email and all that stuff, I keep that stuff. Because what I'm not going to have people doing is blaming me for saying something I know I didn't say. Because I know how I am. I talk the same way all the time, right? But they are so hungry for knowledge and information. It's just like somebody say, oh, I can read you. Oh, can you read me? Oh, can you read me? Oh, can you read me? Can you read me? Can you read me? Just like, how much reading do you need? Damn, you one person. You need that much reading. I don't need a reading every day, every week, every month. You know what I'm saying? I need to read myself. See, that's what's important, that you can read yourself so that you don't need somebody else's spell for money or somebody else's spell for love. You can figure it out from within, because this is not their love you're trying to draw. You're trying to draw your own, right? So when it comes to doing your energy work, take the time to put in the research to figure out what things go with what things correspond, right? Figure out what days are good, what days of what hours of the day are good, what planetary influences you want to work with. You know, whether this is a sun thing or a moon thing, you know what I mean? Whether this is, or if you ain't having no time for that, and the days and all of this stuff is not corresponding, but you need help right now, what energies would be best to call upon to pull all of this stuff together? That's what's important. And that's what you have to do. Okay? Guys, let's not be lazy. Let's get with it, because we got some work to do. It's a lot of people out there that need to be woke up, that need to be energized, illuminated, set free. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of work to do, and there's plenty of work for everyone. And so it's time out for being a baby, looking for somebody to spoon feed you everything. It's time to get out there, get up, get out, and get some, as they say. Okay, don't let the world pass you by. All right, guys, thank you for spending this time with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I upload videos. I try to keep this channel updated frequently and get you guys some fresh information often. And don't forget, we do giveaways every first through the third of the month for subscribers and those who are commenting. Every time you comment, you are entered into the drawing once again, and you stay in the drawing until you win one. Then you're pulled out for a month, and then you go right back in there, so you can win multiple times. Anyway, thank you guys.